Hey guys, Slater Magic here, and what exactly was Wizards' problem with the letter H back in the 90s? I'm sensing a pattern here. Certain cards from certain sets that should have had a capital H in the title just didn't. So anyway, this card is a rare from Judgment, which I've barely heard of that set. I mean, we're going to some old sets for these last couple. It was in the Odyssey block, so that was a while ago. And this is fully legal in Commander, Vintage, and Legacy. So if you want to pick this up, oh, I would. I mean, if I was running these two colors in a Commander deck, yes, I would put this card in it. It is such broken insanity. It does have a limitation, but, well, you guys probably already figured it out. Hunting Grounds. So let's start with the allegedly lowercase h, because the last card had one as well. According to the Wizards technical editor at the time, it actually is an uppercase H. Just the font makes it look weird. As proof that they're not messing with you, look at the card Hydromorph Gull. It does appear to be a uppercase H in the text, but it appears to be a lowercase h in the title, except that the H at the end of the word hydromorph is what an actual lowercase h looks like. So in other words, there was a flaw in the font and they should have catched it. They should have catched it. They should have caught it. This lowercase h has got me shook. I can't even concentrate. So anyway, just proves that Wizards is a bunch of pig-headed, stubborn idiots who will repeatedly print what equates to an error and just claim they were right the whole time. Need I remind you that they have said that they purposely do not want foil cards to not curl. They have stated that they do not want to fix that problem. So anyway, let's see what Hunting Grounds does. Now I should say it has Threshold, which is you have Threshold, you qualify for it, as long as 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. So instead of just making the spell cost a whole bunch of mana so that you can't play it early game, they just made it harder to play early game. Threshold was a brilliant mechanic, and there's actually, I think, a couple different versions of it. I wouldn't really say spell mastery necessarily, that's more like a conditional overload, but, oh god, I don't remember. There was another version of Threshold, though, and it's just so good of a mechanic. I would love to see it come back. It's just like, oh, it's turn 10. You automatically get more value for your cards that have Threshold. That's just smart. It just keeps the game from going on too long. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, instead of this saying, hey, it's more powerful, this is like, no, it finally does something at all. So this is the opposite, where it's like, okay, I brought it out late game for 2, maybe I can do something else as well. But early game, if you were to throw it out, you just wait for Threshold to happen. So what it says is whenever an opponent plays a spell, any spell at all, you may put a creature card from your hand into play. This card costs 2 mana. So from what I know about Magic at the time, that wasn't necessarily overpowered. I mean, if you got this out, nobody blew it up, nobody stole it, nobody, disabled it with another enchantment or whatever, there weren't that many good creatures to put out. You couldn't just throw Emrakul out because Emrakul wasn't printed yet. The creatures as a whole were kinda crap. So now you fast forward and, yeah, it should probably be banned in Commander. This is just too powerful. I mean, you'd almost have to build the whole deck around it, but enchantments are super fetchable. Well, especially in white. I mean, white, I think maybe even green might have a way to do that, so ouch. Now, just for absolute clarity, because you might have thought, wow, that wording is weird, I'll read the up-to-date oracle, which is Threshold, as long as 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, Hunting Grounds has, whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So yeah, it's just as bad as it seems. I mean, this card is just absolutely loony. And the flavor text is hilarious. I disagree with it. It says, in the heavy hush of Krosa, drawing on mana is like ringing a dinner bell. Well, too bad. Anytime you cast something for free, it's broken. Automatically. Guaranteed 100% of the time. I hate free casting. It is currently destroying the game. So yeah, I would say even if you're not trying to summon Emrakul or some giant, ridiculously large, like Colossus or something, I I would still put it in my commander deck if it's on color, just because you could be throwing out like a 3/3 for 3 and you don't have to pay for it. I mean, that's kind of cool. Plus, it might make your opponents hesitate to, cast a creature. And if it's multiplayer, oh my god. All you have to do is run Life's Legacy with this card, and you just cast your whole damn deck. Life's Legacy, of course, is a sorcery where it blows up the target creature, and then you gain life and draw cards equal to its toughness. So once you get something huge out, sack it basically, and draw 10 more cards, and then as you pass through, we'll say like a 4-person multiplayer, you'll just cast your whole hand if you can keep, 7 cards in hand that are all big creatures. So that would be fun. I mean, I think in casual and friendly commander matches, it wouldn't be that broken. I'm actually surprised that people don't play this as some kind of weird insurance policy in Vintage or Legacy. Unless they do, let me price check it. Well, that's interesting. It actually is somewhat expensive. It's about $4 or $5 a card. Well, that just means somebody appreciates it. I mean, also it's from freaking Judgment. I mean, there's not much cheap from that set. So hopefully you enjoyed this wonderfully, insanely broken card. I definitely think it's overlooked because I've never heard of it and everybody I ran it by has never heard of it. And awesome because holy crap is that broken. Yeah, I qualify all kinds of different parameters for the term awesome. I'll see you guys next video.